Look at the gray box. Look at right, it's on the chair. In front of you. In front of you, Kimura. No, behind you now. On the left. Yes.
This one?
Yes, that one. Thank you.
I finally get the music.
You finally get the music?
Yes.
Here. Want to hear some music? Hmm? Go back on the chair and sit down. I'll play the music loud enough for you to hear it. Come over there.
Hi, honey. Music. It's music.
Yeah. Good day, everybody. Peace, love, and harmony to you all. I am Peacekeeper, and I'm here to share yet another wonderful, powerful, inspirational, high vibrational message to you guys today. On today's message, I'll be diving deep into some spiritual stuff, and I'll also be diving deep into how to find strength even after someone that you love dearly, someone that was very close to your heart, just disappears. How does one find strength thereafter? Kimora, can you close the door, please?
You want to go inside?
Leave him and go back on your chair and sit down and use your tablet, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, let's dive straight into it. Let's get down to business. So, for starters, note that if someone disappears from your life, it's not a bad thing, because the truth is, once someone is connected to you on an intimate level, once they are connected to you spiritually, and there's a bond created there, you will always be connected to them. It doesn't matter how far they are from you. It doesn't matter if they are no longer physically in your life, meaning they may have passed away. It doesn't matter if they have decided just, to take a trip, and, you're just left there, in a little slope, wondering what to do. And for some, a lot of people cannot find the strength to get back up and go again, because they feel like they have lost a part of themselves. Hi, welcome guys. Thank you guys for joining in. Today's message is all about how to find strength after someone who you hold dear to your heart disappears from your life. And disappear can mean anything. It can just mean a temporary separation. It can be a permanent one also, where you may have lost someone dear to you, and your heart may be grieving. Or it can just simply mean, you're dealing with a breakup. So I'm just here to, share some tips and some pointers that has helped me through some of my toughest breakups and some of my toughest disappointments in life, where I got disappointed and I grieved for a little bit. But what pulled me through and what brought me back to life, what made me feel alive again, was when I realized this important secret that I'm about to share with you right now. And it's so simple that many of us really and truly don't pay attention to this, but once someone is connected to you soul base, connected to you on a heart level, not just a physical level, but a spiritual, intimate level. You will always have a connection with them, regardless on how far they are, regardless on if they are not in this physical realm and they have passed on. So let's talk about for those who are dealing with grief in terms of a family member that has passed on. And let's talk about how to let go of that grief and understand that they are with you here and now. How does one communicate with a family member or a loved one or someone that you were in a relationship with that you were very, very much in love with has passed on? How does one connect to them? How does one receive messages from them? So a meditation practice that I do to reach out to loved ones that has passed on and that I do from time to time is that of moving into stillness and calling upon the individual that I wish to contact. But if it is that you have a limiting belief system where you don't believe that it's possible to contact someone who has passed on out of this physical world, then it won't work for you. But it has worked for me. It has also showed me in terms of when it is that I have done stuff like that, how powerful we are. What I have realized also from the messages that I have received from loved ones that have passed on in my life, I've realized that they all just wanted me, to live my life. In terms of, I could have sat there and, kept groveling and, kept wanting them by my side and wanting them here with me. Hi, welcome. Amelia, thank you for being here. Today we are doing some deep healing, some deep inner work. How to find strength after you have lost a loved one. So a loved one just disappears from your life and someone you hold dear to you. How to find that strength. So these are the words and these are the messages that came to me in contacting my loved ones, in contacting those who I held dear to my heart. These were the messages that I received. One of them mainly was, I already lived my life and I would not like to see you continuously destroying your life just so that you can get to see me in the afterlife. I would not like that for you. Some of the clear, precise messages that I received was, you can sit here and drown yourself in sorrow, grief, and alcohol, and smoke away your pain, or destroy your temple. But that's not what it is that my loved ones want for me. So when I realized that they simply just want me to, live on, and also that they are now not just in spirit guiding me, but they are still here with me, I realized, wait a minute. So we are really and truly never alone. Yes. See, I have to go. Sorry. It's all good. Thank you for tuning in though. Tap that like button and share this. Someone else may need to hear this. Thank you for the time you spent, and you are appreciated greatly. Yeah. So when I realized that they are still here with me, guiding me now in spirit, it made me feel a lot more comforted, knowing that I still have my life to live on and, to create new bonds, to create new memories with new people. So this is what I look forward to now. I don't sit back and just reminisce on the past hurts and, the people that I loved. that has passed on or has disappeared from my life. No, I look forward now. And I trust that I'm being guided to a place where I'll meet new people that can bring forth that same type of love, that mad love that I felt with the previous ones. So moving forward, I look forward to building new. And in building new, bro, this seriously. Yes, this seriously. Looking forward to building new relationships and new lived experience is with new people. This has helped me to grow strength on a deeper level. This has helped me to also pick back up myself after things like a breakup, after things like a family member or a loved one just disappearing from my life. I really and truly had us to swallow that pill and, make peace with even these things and choose chose to continue living on, to continue being the beautiful, luminous being that I am, finding and cultivating that inner strength, regardless on if they are here with me physically, regardless on if they are no longer in my presence. And it was not an easy thing to do, but it was most definitely the best thing to do. Because now I am actually getting to live my life again. I'm actually getting to feel so good to be alive, baby. Follow my passions, you know, creating beauty out of those type of experiences that may have been very tough. Creating beauty out of it, turning it into something positive, alchemizing that experience. And what I've realized with alchemizing these experiences is that all of these experiences really and truly played a big part in terms of the individual that you see sitting here right now before you. It played a big part in my mental growth. It played a big part in my inner strength that I have now. So now I don't depend that much on the external factors. I still love the external support. I still love the people that are in my life now and that are coming into my life now. But I'm not as dependent on it as I once was. I'm not that clinged to it as I once was. Now I'm way more self-empowered, self-motivated, self-driven. I'm way more independent on a spiritual level. So with this being said, some of the tips that I can share also that has helped pull me out of those type of places, of those spaces, was to realize that my future is determined by the way I view it now. Meaning, if I view my future that of chaos or destruction, and I'm just focused on the negative aspects of my future, of my tomorrow, and I'm not studying, the beauty that can actually come out of tomorrow, that is what will determine if it will be a chaotic one or if it will be a marvelous and successful one. So with this being said, I hold positive visions for my future self. I hold positive visions for my life moving forward. So I'll always try my best to hold a meditation where I focus on, bringing in what it is I truly desire for my life in the future. And this is not something that you just do once and then everything, just unfolds. No, this is a practice that one needs to do on a regular, just continuously standing firm and staying true to who they are. This is something that you need to understand that it's not a one-time thing. No, because you are deleting old patterns when you do this. It's training your vision. It's training your mind to predict a beautiful future, aside from allowing your mind to control you instead, which a lot of people do. A lot of people in today's society actually is being controlled by their minds. And how does one be controlled by their minds? Well, it starts like this. The lived experiences can oftentimes arise in your present moment, and as those lived experiences arise in your present moment, you can now spend way too much time living there in your present moment, and this can actually cause you to bring forth that in your reality with the new experiences that you are about to encounter. So with this being said, this is where now the mind is in control of you and you're not in control of your mind. So how does one also gain control over their mind? Is by this meditational practice of training your vision. How does one train their vision aside from just viewing positive, beautiful visions for your future? A wise man shared this tip with me. The feng shui of your home. The pictures that you may post up on your wall, the quotes that you may have around you, the way you just cultivate that order in your bedroom or just in your house in general. Once the feng shui is on point and your vision is now picking up on these pieces that you have placed specifically to trigger a memory that you actually desire to bring forth into your reality. It is a very, I do not like, can you be quiet please? Yeah. It is very important to place specific items that can trigger that memory of where it is you actually want your vision to be. So this is the importance of training your vision, and this also helps you to determine your destiny. This helps you to determine your future. This helps you to manifest the reality that you really and truly desire for yourself. It's good reminders to keep you on track moving forward. These are some of the tips that I have to offer. Another thing that I continuously do is mindfully meditate. So aside from deep meditational practices where I'm training my vision, there are also another very important vital tip here where I mindfully meditate. So what is mindfulness meditation? Mindfulness meditation is just being aware of your thought patterns, being aware of the mind. You see, when you shift yourself out of, being controlled by your mind and you shift yourself into becoming the observer of your mind, you begin to realize how much your thoughts are not who you are. And with mindfully meditating, you can be able to delete old programmings. You can be able to delete old experiences that no longer serve you and actually start reprogramming your mind for the future and for the outcome that is actually serving you. Mindfulness meditation is a very, very powerful part of my life, of my lifestyle, that has helped me to stay consistent and that has helped me to stay disciplined. There are times though, as much as I do practice mindfulness meditation, that I fall. There are times though, as much as I do practice mindfulness meditation, I may slip. So I'm not telling you that in practicing these things is going to make you perfect in any way, form or fashion. I'm not telling you that practicing these things will just bring forth only goodness for your life. No, there will still be challenges. There will still be hiccups, there will still be obstacles, there will still be setbacks, there will still be these things, but it will be minimized. It will be way less than the amount that you have been currently experiencing in your life. So with mindfully meditating, detaching yourself from just, the thinking mind all the time, it can help you to find strength, after someone walks out of your life, after someone disappears from your life, whether that be yet again a loved one that has passed on and are no longer with us in this physical realm, or just a breakup that an individual may be dealing with. In mindfully meditating, you get to see that those memories that has been created, those experiences that has been created, good, the bad, the indifferent, they will always be there. They won't ever go anywhere. But what I say to you right here, right now, is that you always have the ability and the capacity to create new. You see, once there's life, once there's breath flowing through your lungs, once there's health and strength in you, that you can stand up, and that you can keep moving, that you can find new and create new with someone new, or just be in a new space, experiencing nature maybe. That's what life is about. Life is constantly moving forward. So sometimes it's difficult to let go, especially when it is someone that you love. Sometimes it's difficult to not, move forward. Sometimes it's difficult. No, not. Correction. Sometimes it's difficult to move forward. Yeah, that was a mistake. So, with this being said, as an individual, as one cultivates that balance within themselves and realizes within themselves that life is both, duality, it's balance, we can choose to lack trust in our future because of what has happened in the past, and keep recycling those moments and saying things like this to ourselves. I don't trust him, or I don't trust her, or I don't think things will work out for me because of my past hurt. So, like Kimora, keep. No. Thank you. No. Yeah. Come here, shake him out. Let's take a head in the video. Oh gosh. Yeah. So, as I was saying, loved ones that you have lost, leave it alone. Go behind your tablet, sit down, and use your tablet, please. Yeah. So, where was I? Right, loved ones. Trust. Yeah, that's where I was. Loved ones and trust. No one's even helping me out in the chat. Come on, man. You guys just here. No one's helping me in the chat, man. I don't even know who's watching. It's crazy. But that's okay. It's all good. But anyways. So, sometimes we choose not to trust moving forward in life, not to trust anyone, not to trust. And that's because of the hurt that we are still holding on to in the past. And in order to move on, to create a better future, you need to trust. And to be able to trust again would mean that you need to open yourself up to being hurt again. Because what I've learned is that love is something that is painful. Now, it doesn't have to be painful, but when it is that you're moving in alignment to love, you will get hurt. That's just a fact. Because no one in this life, in this existence, is perfect. You may go so deep in love, deeply in love with that person, with that being, whether it be someone new. And guess what? They may up and walk out of your life too. Or guess what? They may disappear from your life too. You might get hurt again. But the truth is that's part of love. Some things just don't last forever sometimes. And that's okay. But this is where it's very important for you to always have that love within yourself. To know that even self you don't have those people in your space or in your life anymore. You still have love that you have for yourself, which is the love that you gave to them. You still have that same love to move forward, you know. But in order to even start and build connections like that again, it requires you to be vulnerable. And a lot of people are not open to vulnerability right now because of the pain that they are holding on to. And in terms of holding on to that past hurt and that past pain and just reliving that, it hinders what they can create with someone new. And the truth is, it doesn't have to end up the way that it ended up before. It doesn't have to, end up badly, because sometimes even the people that we once thought we loved, the people that we held dear to our hearts, the people that was very close to us before, that are no longer in our lives, they may be out of our life now for a reason. The divine actually takes people away from you, takes people out of your life because they may have been detrimental to you, or they may have been a distraction for your life. So sometimes the universe, God, Jesus, Allah, call it whatever it is you want to call it, takes people out of your life. Sometimes the universe also moves you away from people, or just moves you away from certain places, so that the universe can actually bring forth what is truly meant for your life. And oftentimes that is not the best thing when you're actually going through it. Sometimes it's very rocky and it's very rough and very tough. Sometimes you may ask yourself questions like this: why is this happening to me? Why me? And then fail to realize that nothing is actually happening to you, but it's just happening for you. Because when all things are leaving, when the universe is stripping away the old from you, it's to bring forth something new. But like I said again, in order to bring forth that new, you need to open yourself up to that vulnerability and move into your heart center, your heart chakra, your Ashna chakra thereafter, which is, seat of the truth, the third eye. You need to rise in the scale of love, and with this, now you become illuminated, and now you are able to actually love life in its entirety. And with this being said, you are now able to cultivate the true feelings of feeling alive again. And that all comes from being vulnerable and open. Moving into the unknown, moving into the darkness once again. The unknown darkness, yes. The place where you don't know what may happen. You don't know what may come out of it. You don't have all the answers, but you still take the risk because you're vulnerable enough to take that risk. And as much as it is risky, you know that life is a risk. Without the risk factor in life, then how can one feel alive? No. So sometimes you need to risk being hurt again. Sometimes you need to risk being vulnerable and open again. We can't just live our lives protecting ourselves from every single entity or every single being that we encounter now. We can't just keep living our lives that way. Sometimes, some people, we need to open ourselves to. But we would know now, based on the experiences that we have encountered, who we can open ourselves to. We would know, because energy never lies. We know them by their fruits. We know them by their actions, the way they treat us, the way they move with us, the way they choose us as we choose them. We know. We never have to guess. And This will bring forth a lot of straightforwardness in these new relationships. This will bring forth a lot of authenticity in these new relationships, and this will bring forth even more genuine connections in these new relationships, in these new experiences. But like I said again, there is still a risk factor of being hurt, because mind you be, no one is perfect. See, I spend so much of my time looking for the perfect being and the perfect person, to spend my time with and spend my life with. But I realize that that's just leaving me alone. That's just keeping me alone into that isolation. And I'm okay with being alone. I'm okay with being isolated. But I've realized that in being closed off that way, being closed off from the world in that way, I can never really build a connection with anyone if I'm just loving myself and just protecting my energy from everyone else, because I don't want to be hurt anymore. I had to really and truly realize that being hurt is a part of it. I had to realize that the risk of loving someone is real. But I choose to take these risks regardless. I choose to love again regardless. I choose to give love again regardless. Because why? I am a loving being. You are a loving being. And you always have that power to choose to give love. You always have that power to choose to use that love within you. Because love is the most powerful force on the planet. Love is the driving force. Love is the balance. Love is the key. The key to truth. So, when it is you move into that love vibration, you're able to heal from anything. Anything. Any illness, anything that's stressing you, anything that was once holding you back or limiting you, moving into that love vibration just dismantles that. You become unstoppable, unfeasible. But love, my friends, doesn't mean, to have love, my friends, doesn't mean to be a doormat, doesn't mean to have people stepping on you, walking all over you. No, love is very real also, very truthful. So this is where some people, even you're moved, you have moved yourself into that vulnerability, and you move yourself back into that place of being open again. You still do need to protect your energy. So this would mean, oftentimes you would have to set boundaries. Oftentimes you would have to prioritize you first, which is the main thing that one should always be doing, is prioritizing themselves first. Because the truth is, if you don't love yourself 100%, if it is you do not stay true to who you are and you maneuver into these new relationships, this is where you can get hurt again. This is where you can neglect your own needs and wants. And you don't want that to happen. As much as you're opening yourself to loving again and you're being in that loving vibration again, you don't need to allow anyone to just walk over you. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you can be the healer in any environment that you move into, but you're not obligated to be a savior for anyone. So if you're disrespected and someone is blatantly disrespecting you or trying to walk all over you or use you, this is where you need to put those walls up, put your protector on the forefront, and balance off yourself in that defensive mode, in that protection mode. So this is where, it's like I was saying earlier on also, the balance needs to be found between the two forces. Knowing when to give love and knowing when to pull it back. Knowing how to balance it off is very important moving forward. So all of these things that I've said here today is what I do, what has helped me, to keep growing and keep moving forward on this spiritual journey, on my spiritual pathway, creating a lifestyle that I really and truly wish to myself, that my heart really desires. And I can't even say how much I've learned right now, because it's like I'm still learning a lot more at the same time. So moving forward, guys, know that those loved ones, whether it be yet again someone that has passed on, someone that has disappeared from your life, or someone that has just walked away, if it was genuine love, if it was real love, they will always be there with you. And you will always feel them within your heart. And you can always communicate with them if ever it is that you need to. They're never really gone, they're always there. Yet again, guiding you in spirit, guiding you in the spirit realm. They are always here with you, supporting you along your journey. Just a reminder. They don't want you to stay stuck. They don't want you to be down. They don't want you to give up on yourself. No. They don't want you to harm yourself. No. They would like you to move on and live your life the right way, which is best for you, which is best for your mental health, which serves you, your greatest future, your future self. That's the type of life that your loved one wants for you. That's the message that came true from me, for me, and I'm sharing that to you. So I hope you enjoy this message. I hope that this message brought forth some level of clarity to you, and I hope that you find that strength, that you have found that strength within you now, knowing that the love is always here present with you, and they are always here present with you in spirit too. Choose to keep loving them, forgive, move on with your life, because the truth is, we have one life to live, and we ought to live it feeling alive. So I'm loving being vulnerable once again. I'm loving being open once again, because being able to do this, it has pulled me into my truest authentic nature, my highest authentic nature. It has pulled me into that wholeness and that fulfillment within myself. It has brought me, passion and drive and motivation beyond measure. Sometimes I don't even know where am I getting this information and where am I getting this power from. Sometimes I wonder where. But then I always realize it's the love vibration. When you're on that love vibration, you have strength beyond measure to keep getting back up. And that's why they can't kill love, no matter how hard they've tried to kill love, no matter how much they've tried to suppress the love on the planet. It just keeps prevailing. It just keeps growing stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And this is why we have already won, because there are a lot of us out there that are not allowing the matrix, then we are not allowing the external world events to take our love away from us. No. That's too precious. That's too golden. That's a pearl, that's a gem, that's a jewel that we hold dear to us. So we'll continue to share that love. We'll continue to speak the truth. Continue to be real as and live on, creating the world that our heart truly desires. And breathe on. And tread on, creating the world that our heart truly desires. Controlling what we can control from within always. Peace, love, and harmony to you all. I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. I hope you guys enjoy this message. And enjoy the rest of your day. I see to you now. Strength, guidance, and prosperity. That's what I wish for you. Peace, love, and harmony to you all. One love. Bye.